Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. We're learning today about Metzia Daf Yudal, Shir sponsor Louis Nishma Sam Yaakov Shalom Nav Asitzchum. Yesterday we got to the Cheshbin of the Gemara. The Gemara went to, brought the different sheets. I explained the Mishnah. Gemara brought a question on Blazer and Shmuel. One question on Blazer, two questions on Shmuel. And the Gemara goes on to, until we got to the end of that Cheshbin. And then we got to, we're right now holding in the Vidal the Mudalev, I think 10 lines from the bottom. To the top, sorry. That's the top. Oma Shmuel, my time of the Rabbanon. What's the reason of Rabbanon? What is the reason of Rabbanon that's saying that you give back a star to that fell? You give back a star, even though there's no achrayas, you give it back to him. Why do you give it back to him? Rabbanon say, there's no difference between a star that has achrayas and a star that doesn't have achrayas. Well, because you treat it the same way. Why treat it the same way? Says the Gemara, Savre achrayus to tzeifer. They hold the rule that achrayas, if there's no achrayas, it's a tohu sefer. What's a tohu sefer? It's a mistake of the sefer.
Just the opposite.
Meaning, what's the word chat? That's a Ruchlekes and Shas. When you have a star, it doesn't have a chayes. The chat is that they decided they agree not to have a chayes. The chat is no, nobody's going to do a loan without a chayes. So if it doesn't write it, if it's not written, that means the sefer forgot to write it. In other words, once you say a chayes to a sefer, according to this Madamar, every star has a chayes, unless, like Taisa said, we saw it earlier, Taisa says specifically there's no chayes. We're not saying I'm doing without a chayes. In other words, stop of the mill says a chayes. Omar wrote by Yisrael Ravidi Barabin. Miyam Shmuel, the Shmuel say like this: What is shvar b'shibud? So it's interesting lotion. Rashi brings over here shvar b'shibud tzach limolach. Look Rashi. Hasefer tzorich limolech b'moicher sadeu lechaveru. Lishar limenu im yikabel olav lichtav shtar mechiro shu shibed lo nechasol mechirozu. In other words, she write that the shuvah. What will be the nafkamin? There will be a shivut. Shim yavoy bal chayfe v'yitraferim elokeyach. That if the bal chayv will come and take it from the buyer, sheyikvel lokech zeh hakeren ve'ashvach shishbiach bo lifnei tirfu. He will take the principal and the shvach, and he will take it mishfar. What's shvar? Idis shivrei chasim. The best. Right? So, v'im lo yinim lachboy. We didn't ask a question. Lo yichto shesh moicha shem mekabel al-charos. Maybe he didn't accept a-charos. Who said he agreed to pay for the benefit, for the additional increase in value of the karka. Right? So all these things you don't know. So how do you read the Gemara? Shvach means not only the principal, also the shvach you pay. Shvar, that you take it from the edis, and in general shibud, really shibud to be first. But they have a concept of shibud, because they carry shibud, right? So the Bichlal has a taino. So you have to ask the question. So the Churi says clearly you have to ask. Without asking, I'm assuming there's no shibud. That we have a steer and shul, so it's two different mandamrim, right? Two different talmidim shul. So this is one no. Lo kasha. Kan mishtar alvo. Here's mishtar alvo. De lo yoy inish zuzi bichtei. People don't go and give money and not take a price. It's a svara. The svara is that if I'm giving you a loan, I want to make sure it's guaranteed. Yeah, I'll give you a loan without warranties.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't depend on how much money it is.
No, I mean,
you do somebody a favor, $500 as opposed to $10.
I would say this: the Gemara. We're going to see that actually more later in the Masechto, if I remember correctly. That really, the minute a person writes a shtar, that means it's an important loan. Because if it's like you say, it's a small thing, why are you writing a shtar?
I think the svara is that if somebody's going to go through the effort of writing a shtar, he of course includes a chorus.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's a law that it's important enough to write a shtar.
Well, that was a question like a mock. So if it doesn't have to do this, is it at least 30 days if you went?
Yeah, that's another thing. But in terms of writing a shtar, you want to have it. If you're writing a shtar, you write your shtar with all its benefits. Why should you do less?
I mean, as opposed to just an oral loan?
Yeah, oral loan, let's say, is different. That's for sure. But when you have the shtar, you write already a shtar. So you say, no Christ. What's the point? Just to have a reverie? So the word says, we say people are not going to lend money without having a Christ. When you sell a field, Sometimes a person will buy a field for one day. A person will buy a field for one day. Meaning, when you're buying a field, even if you buy it for a temporary amount of time, you still get benefit from it. You can plant something, you can build something. There is a benefit, a usage of a field, even for a temporary basis. So if a person is buying a field, you say, we won't write a price. Yeah, maybe that was the deal. He gave him a discount on the price. He says, but I'm not giving you any responsibility. You're taking it, right, in real estate. Everybody's in real estate. Sometimes you buy real estate with hair. Which means you buy real estate that has issues. And that's part of the deal. Why you will take the risk? Because you know that there's a benefit from it. So there's more of a possibility that someone will buy without a chayes than a loan that you do it without a chayes. So one brings the example. There's a story that happened. He bought aliyah, the second floor, the top floor, from his sister. Also, comes the Baal Choyev, the lender takes away from him. Also, comes the Marshul, because of the Marshul. Did she write for you a chayes? Because of the chayes? There's no chayes. Only can zil l'shalom. Go l'shalom. In other words, kol tov.
Go what?
Go l'shalom. Lech l'shalom. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You're done. You're not getting any money from me. So you Shmuel said that even though it's not chayes, they really intending to have a chayes. So that's a clear story where he said it clearly. That's why yes, there is a story that sometimes a person buys a field only for one day. It is possible. It is kaim. Now it's interesting. The two Rebbe puts out a question. The Gemara in Rosh Hashanah says regarding a rental, when a person rents a house, we say, what is the minimum amount of rental? It says it was 30 days. Why? It says because a person doesn't rent a house for less than 30 days. So as to happen, what's the difference between here and there? Why there we're saying that you say rent a house for 30 days, you're saying you buy a house for one day. So the two answers, two answers. Answer number one is, it's a sugis. We say one day is enough, it has to be 30 days. This answer number two is, as we said before, sale is different than a rental. Sale, you can actually benefit from it more without one day than a rental, which you don't really own. Okay? Says the Gemara, bye. Now the Gemara says something. We learned this already twice. We learned this in Bava Kama, Daf Ches, and we learned this in Ksubas as well. And this sequence of the Gemaras that we're talking about a lender. So it's interesting why we're bringing it in all these places. This is, in all these cases, very interesting. These things are brought down. We're not really talking mamash about this case. We're talking about, until now, like in our sugya. Talking about someone who sold to somebody else. It's a case about chayv, it's a chayes, no chayes. So the Gemara, by the way, brings this abaya. It tells you what's the rules when you have a borrower and lender. Reuven sells a field to Shimon with a price, with warranty. Comes the Baal Chav, takes it. So Reuven should go and have a din with the Baal Chav. In other words, if he has any tightness against this loan, I paid it, you don't have the right documents, it didn't really happen, whatever the claim is, he should go and be able to do it, the seller. You can't come and say you're not going to get to this case. So again, what's the case? Reuven sold a karka to Shimon. He wrote a responsibility that if any lender comes, I will pay you back. Comes Levi the lender. Something more, Reuven could come to Levi and say, Levi, I don't owe you money. Levi's going to say, 1 second, who are you? I'm not coming to you, I'm coming to Shimon. He says, no, you have to deal with me too. Why? The Omalei tells him, once let's just finish the sentence, the Omalei, the mafik minei alei did the other. If you take it from the Shimon, Levi, you take it from Shimon in the field, who's Shimon going to go to? To me, I have a Christ. So it's coming back to me. So don't tell me I'm not involved, I am involved. Says the Gemara, what? Shimon. No Levi. Moicher. A buyer, seller. Reuven is the seller and the borrower. That's the case we said before. So Reuven borrowed money from Levi. He sold a field to Shimon. Comes Levi, takes the field of Shimon. Says Reuven, 1 second, I don't owe you money. So says the Gemara, Levi to Shimon, so says Levi to Reuben, what are you, I'm not dealing with you. I'm dealing with Shimon. Says the Gemara, no, Reuben could say, 1 second, if you take from Shimon, Shimon's coming back to me. So you are dealing with me. The Gemara adds one more sentence. He could have himself say, even if there's no warranty. I don't want Shimon to be upset at me. Let's say there's no warranty. So Reuben till the field of Shimon comes Levi to Shimon and say, Levi, Shimon, give me the field, I'm the lender. Shimon cannot go back to Reuben. But Shimon's going to be very angry with Reuben for the rest of his life. So he says, I'm involved. Now, all the Rishonim ask, what do you mean why Reuben is involved? Who's the loan on? That's on Reuben. We're talking about the Reuben does that with the pay, so he goes to Shimon. But the loan is on Reuben, not Shimon. The one says, you should know, Reuben is able to discuss the deal with Levi because you should know, Reuben should say, I am involved. I am involved. I mean, if there's a chrys, he'll come after me. Even if there's no chrys, he'll be upset at me.
Why?
What's that? So,
Shimon can go back to Reuben.
Shimon could go to Reuben. Shimon for sure go back to Reuben if there's a chrys. But the question is, can Reuben, okay, let's clarify. The question, Levi comes to take the field. Comes Reuben, whoa, I want to stop you. Says Levi, I'm not dealing with you. You're not involved. You go sit down in your house. I'm going to take you to Shimon. Then Shimon wants to deal with you. He'll deal with you. I'm not involved. That's what the Haver of the Gemara is. Then Levi, the lender, tells Reuben, I'm dealing with Shimon, not with you. I came here to take right now the field that Shimon bought. I'm dealing with Shimon, not with you. Comes Reuben and says, whoa, you are dealing with me. You know why I'm involved? So if there's a chrys, clearly Shimon's going to come back to me. So I don't want this headache. I want to tell you that I don't owe you. And Gemara says, even if you don't have a chrys, but still Shimon will be very upset at me. That's why Reuben has the right to be involved. As to Rishonim, what do you mean why Reuben has to be involved? Reuben is a borrower. Levi's coming to Reuben and saying, you owe me money. Give me money. Says Reuben, I don't have. You don't have, I go to Shimon, there's the owner of the karka. But if the deal, if he's the Baldin, of course he come at Taina. Rishonim struggle with it. One answer is brought down is that we're talking about land which is a poitiki. Meaning, he told him, and it has to be a poitiki is called a poitiki first. He's giving Levi the karka. We're not dealing with money. You're not going to come for me for money. You're going straight to the land. You're lending me money, and you're going to extract the money from the land. So then Levi says to Reuben, we made a deal. I'm not dealing with you, I'm dealing with the land. The land has in Shimon's hands, so I'm dealing with Shimon. Chedeshin says Reuben, but at the end of the day, I'm going to have to pay for it, or then Shimon will have ties. So that's one way. The Shimon have a discussion with it. Many answers. What's shot here that Shimon has no that Reuben could say that maybe want to say even the Havamina. Now the interesting thing is once you understand why there's no Havamina, what is the second opinion of the Gemara? The second opinion is that Reuben could say, I don't want you to be upset at me. That's a big chiddush. Why it's a big chiddush? Because I would say B'dinya Momenis, you could come in Tainus if you have an actual monetary Taina. Meaning, I am a Baldin, I am involved. Here, the only Taina you have, I don't want you to be upset. That gives you the right to be involved? Let's assume, I'll give you another case. It's just something to think about. Let's assume you have Reuben and Shimon are fighting. Comes Shmuel, he is not involved at all. He has no shaykhs Reuben, he has no shaykhs to Shimon at all with the deal. And he wants to claim a claim. Can he come and claim? He's not an edus. He wants to say to Shimon, no, you're wrong. Not medin edus. Can he come and claim? No. It's not a baldin, you're not involved. But let's say Shmuel is a very good friend of Reuben. And Reuben tells Shmuel, I need your help. And if you don't come and help me, I'll be very upset at you. Because that means you don't care about me. So then he can come and Taina? Of course not. No, so here, it's hard to understand. You have to come and say that this is not just Tom is going to be upset at me. Shad is going to be upset at me because of this transaction. This transaction, I caused them a damage by doing this transaction. So it's a transaction-based thing. Okay, it's something to think about. We'll leave it alone.
In the case that Shimon bought, and the loan was made without a finance, isn't the case that if someone has a karka, even if he is a loiv, but was without a finance, The lead goes right away. If some makes a loan,
Yeah, so that's what we're talking.
even without a chayus.
No, I say we talk. No, the chayes is between Reuven and Shimon. The loan does have a chayes. The loan has a chayes. The loan is mishtar with the chayes. The sale is not a chayes.
In the case the loan didn't have a chayus.
And so then you can't go to Shimon. You can't take it from the kuchos. The lender cannot take it from the kuchos if there's no chayes.
They have.
You can't take it from a chayes. Only if there's a chayes or a chayes to safer. But if there's no chayes or clear no chayes, you can't take from the buyer. Says the Gemara, another case, another point which goes with the same house. What about Reuven shemacher sadol the Shimon shaloi b'achayes. Reuven sells a field to Shimon without a chayes. The Yatzo lasikin. Before the guy, and this we're gonna have to understand what exactly happened over here. Yitzur lasikin means there's iron. Meaning people start talking. There's issues over here. The title did not come clear. There's a problem. Actually, before he did a chazaka, says the Gemara that Yudah on the base, Yochol lachzor boy. When she chzik bo, ain't no yochol. But the minute he had chazaka, he can't chayzer boy. Right? That's what he says. Why? So according to Rashi, what was the case over here? Talk about he didn't give money. Question: did chazaka or not? So if he did chazaka, too late. The deal is a deal. You didn't give the money. He would have done the money. The chazaka is a chazaka. And if he did chazaka, if he didn't do chazaka, he could change his mind. Why did chazaka he can't change his mind? Amalek chayos the catch, which means a sack full of knots. So as a kibble, you accept it. Meaning, it's your fault. You should have do a better check before you bought the field. Sits where there's chazaka. Once he walks on the borders of the field to check what it is. So that's a Rashi learned the sukkah. We're talking about the regular chazaka. That's the chazaka. This place has many questions to this. One question is that we don't know what chazaka is until now. That's the first time we take what chazaka is. Not only that, that's not the regular chazaka. The regular chazaka that we learn Bava says no al gadol parts. You lock it, you open it, you make it. That's why you're not walking around the field. So where does this chazaka come from? And we both did not know the chazaka is koine. This is the place we're telling it. So since Teish, no, we're not talking about it. The way Teish learns is, he says, we're talking that Teish based two pshat. The one pshat is the Rivo. He did a full kinyan with a khalifi. He did a kinyan. But the idea is that this chazaka is different chazaka. It's not a chazaka of kinyan. There is some kind of like today you have a final inspection before you buy a house. Before you go and you complete the Gnir's das of the sale, it's al das achi that I walk in one more time. Yeah, the kinyan depends on the walking. It's night. So you have a real kinyan with a das that we're doing it for with this condition. So comes out, he says, if he did that walk around, no, you can't change your mind anymore. If you didn't do the walk around, you could change your mind. That's what the Rivo explains, because that's because das. Yeah. Okay, that's the Rivo. Here the thesis if I'm not mistaken, in Bava Kama is another shot. But we'll stick with this. But just to point out that there is a big discussion over here. What's exactly the chazaka? What exactly we try to achieve with the chazaka over here? He could have some say I feel b'achayis nami. So let's add to this. That's only if there's no achayis. Tells them too late. You're gone. You lost. That was your deal. But if there's achayis, according to the first mandalmar, I mean, he says, what's the point? I'm going to come after you anyway. I have a shtar. I'm going to come after you. Come after you, it's going to be such a headache after run to Beis Din. Just to be a favor, just give it back to you right now. Even if there was a chayes and there was a problem with the sale, he says, you know what? I'm not paying you. So why? The guy is going to take it from me. Did anybody take it from you yet? No. When it happens, come to me. You know? When it comes, it comes. I don't have to start preventing you from issues because there's some rumor going on. So that's the second one. So someone sells a field to his friend, and you find out it's not his. Right? He's a guy. What does it mean? The one who buys, he has has to pay him back for his sale. What the shvach means that he was mashbiach the karka, have to pay for that as well. Look at Rashi. Im ze ishbiach zakarka bezevel o begoder. He fertilized it or he made a fence around it. Koidem shoitzid nizal miyodo goy v'lokeh min hamoicher. The buyer can take from the seller. Shvach takes away from him. Why don't you say that the one who got stolen from, he should get a shvach? He gave him a good. So he says, what happened was like this: the karka was owned by Reuven. Shimon stole it and gave it to Levi. But when Shimon stole it, he neglected it, and it went down in value a lot. So then comes Levi and makes it very nice. So now Levi says Reuven to Levi, I'm not paying you because that's what I had it before. Levi can go back to Shimon and tell Shimon, pay me back the value and the shvach. Says the Gemara, so the machlokes is we pay the shvach or not. So Rav Omer Shlomo Mois Yesh Lo Shvach. Shmuel Omer Mois Yesh Lo Shvach Eino. You can't come with a shvach. Why not? He wants to explain in a moment. Bo minei merabuno. Pirush lo is a shvach.
For the fixer?
No, that's the machlokes. Can you charge it or not? You could charge it for the land, for the value of the land, but the shvach is a machlokes.
Is that shvach or is that just
both? Same thing. So what happens if he writes it clearly in the shtar? He says, I am going to be responsible to pay you if any issues happen, either with the land or the shvach. What's the suffix? The one where that explains the svar of Shmuel. Time with the Shmuel should do pirush shvach avacha pirush. Is it because he didn't say anything? So he didn't get responsibility for that. The achar is only for the Karen. Or because in this case, what's going on over here? Shimon, who sold the land, doesn't own anything. It was a lie. He sold Reuven's land. It's not his land. So what did Levi give Shimon? Money for what? For nothing. So when you give money for nothing, what is that called? A loan. When you give
back the money he paid
for sure. But if he gives him more, it's ribis.
It's money that he expected, but he didn't get it.
Yeah, he didn't get it. And that's what was michzik ribis. This is well, Metzia is the Masechta of ribis. We're going to get to Eizu Neshech.
Why is this a loan?
What?
Why is this a loan?
Right, what?
Why is it a loan? The guy's a guy.
So I'm saying nobody wanted to do you a loan, but the mice, he gave him money, he owes the money back. Levi gave Shimon money. For what? Not for a land, because the land wasn't here. He thought he was giving for a land. It was a mistake loan, but he gave a loan. Now Shimon owes it back. So you can't give more because it looks like this. He said, yes, no, I'm not sure. Not sure. Rashi brings in other Masechtas when he brought down in Kiddushin that he said yes, so this halacha, so they said no, I wasn't so sure. Even if he came and he brings, Rav Nachman says, the name of Shmuel, clearly, he doesn't have shvach, even though he said clearly in the shtar shvach, my time was the reason, he doesn't have the land, he's taking money for the money, it looks like ribbis. Schar moishav means ribbis. You're paying for the money. So Rav asked a question of Rav Nachman. They wanted to bring now a few rayos that we do pay shvach. What's the case? The Gemara brings a few cases. This is all when we learn the Maseches Gittin. You don't take from, so for Achilas Peres, which means the fruits that you have to pay for we'll see, the fruits we'll see them more, as Rashi says we'll see them more. But you have fruit, the Shvach HaKoros. Fruit, the Shvach HaKoros is talking about someone who bought a land, you have to pay for him back. We'll see the more difference. Well, most of the issue about is you have to feed the woman in the door. That's why the Maseches Gittin. You don't take him in Chosim Shubadim, they take Unoi. You don't take him in Chosim Shubadim because the buyers don't know what it is. But in Shabbat, you see, from you do take you take you don't take Mishubad, you take Mishubad. Talk about Shvach HaKoros. What Shvach HaKoros? What does it mean, Shvach HaKoros? That's what does it mean? Well, it's very interesting. When you have a Mishnah in Gittin, when you learn the Mishnah Gittin, others get there, it's like, interesting, the Mishnah doesn't explain itself. But really, the Gemara, and not only those, so here in Gittin, but also here even more, the Gemara is struggling to understand the Mishnah in Gittin. The Mishnah Gittin says you don't take Shvach HaKoros. What is Shvach HaKoros? Well, maybe it means, like, yeah, our case. Mamish our case. Shimon sold to Levi a land that belongs to Reuven. So Levi takes the Shvach from Shimon, not from Shubadim, but Nechayim. So you see, you do take Shvach. You see like Rav, not like Shmuel. Says the Gemara, Loi. We're not talking about Loy Baal Choyf. Talk about regular Baal Choyf. A regular Baal Chayv who comes and takes from the borrower a karka, he comes to take from the borrower a karka, so then he goes, what's the case? So he says, Rashi says, Baal Chayv, look at the first wide line at the bottom of the moment. Shetaru Baal Chayv made b'shul chayva. The loy gzulo, it wasn't stolen. There is a shrach. The mechir me'alisi, it was a good sale, close match to the Torah for Yemenu. So what's the case? Put the same characters. Shimon sold a land to Levi, not that belongs to Reuven, it belongs to Shimon. But Reuven is a lender. So Reuven goes, takes it out. That's okay, he paid for the land and he did get a land. They have to give it back, so they can take the shrach from Shimon. Says the Gemara, if that's the case, in Marisha, go back to the beginning of that mission. Don't take for achilas pears. What does it mean pears? Which pears do we have? What does it mean? As Rashi explains, we just see the beginning of these Rashis. Second Rashi, what is pears? Second night that we thought, he took a land with fruits from the Lokach. Right? So the Baal Chayv came to the land. He says, I'm taking the land with all its fruits. So now the question is, where do you take the fruits? So we have the same discussion because you don't know what the value of the fruits is. Nobody can expect it. So you don't take from Shubah, you take from Nechor. Says the Gemara, does a Baal Chayv take fruits? The din is a Baal Chayv cannot take the fruits of the land. Fruits of land are considered to be part of the land. Right? Oh, he doesn't take the fruits. So if he doesn't have the right to take the fruits, so there's no discussion over here. So you're saying that we're talking here about a Baal Chayv, but a Baal Chayv doesn't take fruits. So what do we have? We have a very interesting, it says in the Mishnah. The Mishnah says that when you take the shvach kakois, you take it not from Shumadim for the person himself. Oh, you're talking about a gazon. Talking about a gazon, you see that shvach per is not a ribis. So when I'm not talking about a gazon, I'm talking about Chayv. So Baal Chayv is for sure not a ribis. So Baal Chayv, so why do you have shvach pears? Why do you have achilas pears? Second one, Pshita, because of Nigzal. Talk about because of Nigzal. Umidiration, because of the fact that the first part of the Mishnah that says that Achilas Peres goes with Nigzal, Saving Nine because of Nigzal. So that's also because of Nigzal. So the one midi area, Akadis or Akadis. No, maybe not. And this is a little hard to say because it's the same sentence. Ein Mutzim La Achilas Peres or L'Shrach Kakos. Achilas Peres talks about a not Gazlan. That Reuven comes to take his land, so Reuven has to, so now Reuven pays Shimon. For the shvach not, but pears yes. But the case of shvach kakoyes, that you're taking from, that we're talking about a Baal Chayv. Says the more about Loitani Achid, that's not how it says. It says the shvach kakoyes, Kate says it clearly. What is shvach kakoyes? Hare, not Baal Chayv. Hare, she goes also the Mechaver. We're talking clearly that shvach goes talking about a Gazlan. Hare, she goes to the Mechaver, Bi'arit, so B'takas Yodai. Right, so Shimon stole a land from Reuven. And it's coming out of his hand right now. When he comes to redeem it, he takes the principle from Shubad, from the Luchos. Right? So the way he reads the Mishnah does not mention Levi. And the Bryce doesn't mention it. It says, what is Shvach Kakos? When Shimon stole from Reuven, where does he extract the money from? Who extracts the money from? Shimon is the Gazlan. Doesn't extract any money. That's what I ask. The way it's written, doesn't go even. What's the case? The Yav Levi. So the Mechaberu. Shimon stole land from Reuven. You have to add these words that did not mention the Bryce. And he sold to somebody else. He made it well, and then what happens? Levi takes away the karkol and the shvach from Shimon. Only allowed to, and then we have to answer it and add the words, the Yav Levi over here. To also fix the girsa, instead of speaking about a seller, speak about a lender. Says the Gemara says, I'm not so bothered by this because anyway it's not so clear, so you have to fix it. That's how I'm not being a rat from here. Touch for another rat. The Achilas Peres kids. So continuing on, the same idea. We mentioned the Mishnah Achilas Peres. What is Achilas Peres? Hareisha goes also the Mechaver. Someone stole a field from his friend. It's coming out of his hand. Meaning Shimon stole from Reuven, it's coming out of Shimon. Because Shugoyvi is coming to redeem. Who's redeeming? Obviously, the one's going to say. The problem is right now it says the Shimon's redeeming. He takes the principal even from Shubodi from the buyers and the payers from the Chazim Nechori. Hey Chidam, what's the case? Like the way it's written, Who is the Gazlan going from? It's not redeeming for anything. What's the case? Shimon sold for Reuben, sold to Levi. And then it says over there that you take the Karen, the principal, not a Shrach. Right? By the way, here already, as Tais points out, the one could ask it before. One was very easy, very, very, very satisfied when the one said before that Achilas Paris means that's from a Lokech. But that's also Shrach. That's a Gazlan. Achilas Paris is a Gazlan. But that's also Shrach. You benefit the Karka. That's what was asking right now. Shimon stole from Reuben a field with its fruits. Ve'ochal is a payers. He ate the fruits. Shimon ate the fruits. And he went, and not only that, he also dug holes in the land. Reuben comes to extract the money. And by Sabbath, Nigzalik was carrying, because to the principle, by Nigzalik was Paris, he wants to take the fruits. Right? So what are we changing over here? There's not Levi, there's no Levi. Like we said before, there's no Levi over here. There's Reuben and Shimon. Shimon stole from Reuben. So who's extracting from who? One understood that Shimon is coming to be grave. Shimon's grave is the Gazlan. No, Reuben is grave. What is grave? He's taking the land. What happened? The land lost value. The land had fruits. The land was a straight land. Shimon came and ruined the land. He made holes in the land. So now Reuben needs to take money. So he takes the actual principle from the Chosim Shubal, because everybody should know. And all the benefit that was on the field that people did not know, Reuben's not is going to take from the Chosim Nechor.
Wait. So we're talking about from that field or another field?
That field.
What's the conscience? It's his.
Yeah, but the field that was missing. Reuben goes to Shimon. Shimon came stole from Reuben.
Right.
He took a beautiful land.
Right.
He comes. He had a beautiful house. He broke the house.
Okay, so
Comes Reuben to Shimon, takes the land.
Okay.
Gewaltig. I said I won the money for the house.
okay.
Go
I'm saying
Reuben takes from Shimon from the Chosim Nechorim and Chosim Shubadim.
What about the property? The property thing was worth less.
Yeah, he takes
Does
already.
he have to take his original Sadeh? Can he go to
No, the original property is his. He takes it, and he has to bash to the rest.
so he can get from other property.
Yeah, but not Shubadim, because Shubadim the other Lukukas don't have.
Yes.
Yeah, for the value itself, the Karka, yes. Only the value of the Karka. Yeah, but the Gemara says here he did Borish Shichem Maris. So that's a little bit of a problem. We're not getting to that. That's where the Advil Nagoy points out the Mechlikis, the Rishonim, the Mechlikis, the Toises, and the Rambam. We have a problem over here because the problem are do we go use Paris and you have Paris alone and Borish Shichem Maris is different? Because Borish Shichem Maris, you had a land, you made holes in the land. Or Borish Shichem Maris considered to be like the fruits. That's a problem that we have to deal with. Let's leave it alone for now. Let's just finish over here. Says the Gemara. Rabbi says no. Kigoi that Tzvah Mudalev Shenatluo Masikin came Ganovim and took it, right? And he took it because of the Gazlan. That we learned in Maseches Bobakam in the end. Now we talk about a case that the Gazlan caused the Masikin to take it. He had problems with the government, and Shimon stole a land from Reuven, and he has issues with the IRS. So the IRS took the land. Now the Nigzal was Karen. Now the Nigzal was taking the Karen and going to Chosim Shubadim. But Nigzal but Paris going to Chosim Nechorim. So he wants to take the land. He takes it from Chosim Shubadim. Paris to Chosim Nechorim. Now it says the Gemara Rava loyam lakaravo Rava that said we talk about that it was fruits and Borish Shichem Maris. He didn't say like Rava that was Masikin took it. But the Rava why not? According to him, you know who took the land? Just to emphasize the point. What does Rabbi Ravuna hold? The land is not here anymore. Because the land was taken was taken by the IRS. So there's no land anymore. So now he's going to take the money. So which one does he take? He's taking from Karen Pierce. According to Rava, there is a land. It's a land with a problem. Oh, but I'm missing the benefit. He made holes in the land. So Gemara says the Lashon is Bedina. Went to Beis and took it out. Not that the government took it out. Mashra. That's what Mashra is Bedina. It says it means he's taking the land from the Ganov. According to you, not taking the land. The land is by the IRS. He's just taking the value of the land. That's what they want to say.
Who had problems?
Just one second. Let me just finish the sentence. We'll get the now I'll ask the question. The way you read it, it's two different cases. Keep going. Shegozal Sode Mechavei Roy Milha Pears. Shimon stole from Reuben a field full of fruits. The Ochel as a Pears, he ate the fruits. Umocher as a Sode. Aha! Now you have two people here that come to extract money. Shimon stole a land with fruits from Reuben. He ate the fruits and he stole the land to Levi. And Levi when it made benefit. So Reuben has benefit to answer Shimon, and Levi has benefit to answer Shimon. The Nigzal and the Bayer. Bayer was carrying the Bayer wants to take the principle going to Chosam Shabbat. But Nigzal was payroys. Once the Nigzal take payroys, going to Chosam Shabbat. That's what it means. That's what it means. That what it says here, payers. The Gemara asks, what is the case of the payers? So according to Shmuel said you never when you have a nigzal, the buyer doesn't take the payers. So just to come at maybe this will end. Just to summarize what we learned. What was Shmuel's shita? Where this is the put the sentence. Shmuel's shita is when you have Shimon stealing from Reuven and selling to Levi. Levi can take from Shimon only the karka, not the payroys. Where it brings prices, it says clearly take the payers. So I can answer. So it says the Gemara basically two types of answers. Rava and Rabba say an answer. We're talking about here that we're not talking about that the buyer's taking the fruits. We're talking that the Nigzal is taking the fruits. Reuven has fruit to take. Two different cases. Either he ruined the field or the IRS took the field. That's Rava and Rabba. Rav Ashi says, no, you know who's taking the field? It says the same answer basically. Reuven is taking the fruits. But who's taking the karka? We're talking about the Shimon did sell to Levi, but the fruits are taken by Reuven. There's two different people taking away two different people that are extracting money over here. Shimon is taking from Reuven because he says, Levi is taking from Shimon. He says, I'm the buyer, you have to pay me back. And Reuven is taking from Shimon, I want my fruits back. This is the way the Gemara is coming to answer Shmuel said that you never take fares by Levi cannot take fares from Shimon. We'll continue from this tomorrow, Be'ezer Hashem.